Archaeological relics have proven that since the end of the New Stone Age and the beginning of the Bronze Age, the first inhabitants appeared in Vietnam by establishing the Vietnamese civilization on the back of rice cultivation and bronze casting. Although experiencing their fair share of historical ups and downs, a devotion to the country, perseverance, determination, generosity and kindness have become the hallmarks of the Vietnamese people. Vietnam now is home to 84 million people from 54 varied ethnic groups that boasts a dynamic and rapidly growing economy and a safe, friendly and attractive destination. Vietnam's landmass occupies 330,000 square kilometers along the eastern coast of Southeast Asia's Indo-Chinese peninsula and borders China to the north, Laos and Cambodia to the west, and the Pacific to the east. The country's 3,260-kilometer coastline stretches from the Gulf of Tonkin to the Gulf of Thailand. Located in the subtropics, Vietnam's humidity hovers close to 80%, with the country's average temperatures being recorded at between 22 to 27 degrees Celsius. The north displays 4 distinct seasons: spring, summer, autumn and winter, the south just 2, dry and rainy. After many years of war, the government's economic renewal policies have breathed new life into Vietnam's society and economy that are witnessed by dynamic and sustainable development and high economic growth rates. Over the last 15 years, Vietnam's gross domestic product has grown 2.5-fold. Political stability and macroeconomic reforms have pushed the country down the path of industrialization and modernization and are now viewed as the drivers of the national economy's progress. Vietnam is one of the world's leading exporters of rice, coffee, tea and cashew nuts. Vietnamese labelled seafood, footwear, garments and textiles, furniture and handicraft products are now found in markets spanning the globe. The country's export turnover reached nearly $40 billion in 2006 and has seen an average annual growth rate of 25% over the past decade. Vietnam's main energy source is hydroelectric power. The country also houses large deposits of coal, oil, gas and other precious minerals. Coupled with investment incentives, a stable investment environment, and industrious, low-cost, skilled workforce, Vietnam is now one of the most attractive investment destinations in Southeast Asia. Reflecting the country's progress, international donors in 2006 put their faith in Vietnam's sustainable development by pledging a record $4.5 billion in official development assistance for the country this year. The living conditions of the public have also seen a vast improvement, as evidenced by the consistent increases in Vietnam's Human Development Index since the 1980s. The United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, went on to hail Vietnam as a model to be reproduced for other nations struggling with hunger elimination, poverty reduction and economic reforms. Vietnam has also placed healthcare services at the top of social policy by establishing close to 900 hospitals and more than 80 medical treatment and functional rehabilitation centres across the country. The combination of modern and traditional medicines inside the nation has also brought unique and important results for the field of medicine at large. The life expectancy of the average Vietnamese is now over 71 years of age, while the death rate among newborn babies has plummeted to below 0.1 per thousand. With nearly 70% of the national population under 30 years of age, a premium has been placed on education and training. More than 95% of the population are now literate, and over 70% have been provided a secondary education. It is said that truth, benevolence and beauty are cornerstones of the Vietnamese culture that has been formed after thousands of years of history. Estimates state that Vietnam is now home to over 20 million varying religious practitioners, predominantly in Buddhism, Catholicism, Hua Buddhism, Taoism, Protestantism and Islam. With various forms of religious beliefs, Vietnam is considered to be a museum of sorts for religions from the world over. With its open foreign policies under the criteria of independence, self-control, multilateralism and diversification of international relations, and Vietnam is ready to befriend all countries in the international community for peace, independence and advancement, Vietnam has cooperative relationships with the largest political and economic centres from throughout the world. To date, the country has established diplomatic ties with more than 170 nations and trade relations with over 150 countries and territories worldwide. Being aware of the importance of regional and international integration, Vietnam has been active in gaining membership to many regional and world organizations and forums such as the United Nations, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Asia-Europe Meeting, ASEM, and Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC. Vietnam was also successful in its bid to join the World Trade Organization, WTO, a community for nearly 1,000 years. Vietnam's capital city of Hanoi, the City for Peace, is a symbol of sacred and peaceful ancient characters, intertwined with the strength and spirit of a modern and civilized capital, a political, economic, cultural, tourist and service center. As the oldest capital city in all of Southeast Asia, Hanoi is looking forward to its 1000th anniversary, with the objective of becoming one of the country's premier economic centres, in which service, industry and technology play an equally important role. The city also seeks to house a modern urban centre, a destination for talents and investors from around the world, and an attractive and friendly tourist address. Located in the centre of the fertile Mekong River Delta, Ho Chi Minh City, formerly Saigon, has always traditionally taken the lead in the nation's socio-economic development and is worthy of the spectacular growth of the Vietnamese economy. Today, Ho Chi Minh City has become the most dynamic and developing economic centre in the country and largest foreign attraction for visitors from overseas. It is also a cultural, educational, technological and medical hub. Nestled in the middle of the country and amongst 3 World Cultural Heritage Sites, the coastal city of Da Nang, with the famous Han River flowing through it, has also affirmed its position as a large economic and cultural centre and strategic transportation cog for the country. Vietnam also boasts a vast array of cultural heritage sites, including the ancient capital of Hue, Hoi An's Old Town, the Mi Sun Sanctuary, Halong Bay, Phong Nha Kea Bang National Park, the Hue Royal Music Court, and the gong culture from the Central Highlands. Dalat City in the Central Highlands province of Lam Dom and a system of canals and islands along the Mekong River are all world-renowned tourism sites. Visitors are immediately struck by clean white sandy beaches, red and dusky sunsets, some of the world's most beautiful bays, famous landscapes, and luxury resorts in Nha Trang and Marine. Tourism is another area where the country has recorded strong growth and was recently recognized by the World Tourism Organization as one of the world's 10 safest and friendliest tourist destinations. Of course, no visit to the country would be complete without witnessing one of the traditional festivals that are dotted throughout the country during the year, such as Tet Nguyên Đán, Lunar New Year Festival,